Tonight on Step 1 with host Josh Pittman, guest Gary Handy.
For the fourth time today, third time today, I've lost count already. A very special guest, Mr. Gary Handy. Gary, how are you doing today, sir?
Fine, very fine. Hi guys, I'm Gary from the lovely Twin Islands of Trinidad and Tobago. That's just a couple miles from the Maduro country, Venezuela.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
How's the weather right now?
Well, it's sunny, but we are having here we have basically two seasons, the wet season and the dry season. Now we are supposed to be in the dry season, but uh strangely we are getting some rain around this time, which is not usual. But that's as a result of climate change.
Yes, yes, we were experiencing that all over the place.
Yeah.
We were unseasonably warm here in the United States in Oklahoma, where I live at, and now we are freezing cold again with just one day.
Oh, yep, yep.
Yep. So it's everywhere. I imagine it's probably worse where there's only two seasons that really happen, such as where you're at, sir.
Yeah, two. Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, sir, how did you get into affiliate marketing? What's your story?
Well, it's a good while now. I was introduced to computers at a church I attend a couple of years ago, and I decided that I should use the computer to make money because of my financial status. I say, well, look, if I have to learn to use the computer, I had to learn to make money with it. So I started off, trying this, trying that, and I got into I don't know how to describe it, but there's an area of I would say so-called internet marketing. Excuse me for that term. Everybody will not agree with me, but there are some types of programs that are out there. I don't know if they still exist. Things like oh gosh, mm, what those emails? Oh gosh, traffic exchanges and things like that.
Oh, safe
And I
list.
had a
Yes.
lot of encounters with traffic exchanges, and oh gosh, there's this email system where I forget what it is called, but I think you register your name and you send out an email, a blast email, and it goes out, and you give out you have to give an email address, and that email address everybody will just flood you with a set of
Oh,
emails
yeah.
and so forth. And I don't know if they still exist because I stopped using them a couple years ago, right? But there are quite a number of them, and I think that system still exists. But it's all a waste of time. And I was in that, for a little while, and then I got into well, I don't want to bash what do you call it? I don't want to bash network marketing, right? But I've been around that for a little while, and I personally haven't, you know, had any breakthrough in it. And forgive me if my views are contrary to yours, but it's
Well, it's
very
all based on
hard to
your
make money in network marketing. There are a lot of big companies that came along. You had Organo Gold and I can't remember them now, but there's quite a number of them. And what I realized is that you join these companies and there is a auto ship and support, and you join at a low level, and millions of people join these companies at a low level, and it's very difficult to reach to the position where you can really gain income. So you continue to invest in a small way, right? Because you can't invest in a big way. To invest in a, you if you will you have to invest in a big way in order to reach a certain level where you are supposed to make money there, right? But because you not able to invest to reach that level, you stay at the low level, and you fight up until you become frustrated, and you end up dropping out, right? But all these millions of people that join and contribute their pittance, it mounts up, right? And the people at the top, right? They make that money. Now, this is my personal view
I understand.
about it. So for me, that didn't work. And until I met a lady by the name of very wonderful lady by the name of Sarah Star. I give her, I learn a lot from her, right? And she's genuine, and she's an English lady, and she's still around. What happened with me in that program, right? And Sarah Star, she taught me a lot, but I never had the I won't able to invest because there is nothing like making money online for free. And if you
Right.
want to progress, you have to invest. You have to invest in yourself, right? Other than that, you're just wasting time, right? So I was around Sierra Star, and a lots of opportunities came along, genuine opportunities. She had various folks come on the program, and they introduce, and they're very good programs, and but I won't able to invest because most of the programs you had to invest like a thousand US, and somehow that was always a little difficult for me. But I learned a lot from her, right? But I continue, and I never give up. I always have this, I wouldn't say just a dream. I know that yeah, I know I'm going to get the breakthrough. It's been a long time, but I continue to press forward, and I will not give up. And people, well, some people say, well, age. I don't see age as a limit, you know, because I mean, while you're alive, you know, there is always hope. God has a purpose for your life while you're alive, and the opportunities are always there. So I don't look at age. And but I believe that right now, I'm beginning to see my way. I hope I'm not talking too much. Yeah. Um,
No, you're not talking much. That's exactly why I brought you
my
in, so I can tell you.
my I tried a lot of things, right? And recently I decided to say, look, you know what? I'm going to um I'm going to start um a website building and graphic design business, right? So I went to chat gpt, and I asked questions and support. I get a whole rundown as to what to do, what not to do, and so forth, right? So I had I had intentions of registering with site ground, and following the information. Right now, I am not a web designer. I don't know anything about web design and so forth, right? But I know that you can start a business not knowing anything about the operations, like the skills that are needed, right? You will get people, right, to do that for you, right? So that was my intention. So really I started saving some money, and I had intentions of starting like all around this month, right? But I came across this program, and I'm not one that is jump from always jumping, because that absolutely make no sense, right? But I came across this what this done for you affiliate program. And I am I've never one that support those kinds of affiliate programs. But this program, to me, it's genuine. I can see the genuinity in the guys that conducting it, and the structure of it makes so much sense that I really decide to I joined, right. Now I'm not looking for any results overnight, because you have to put in the work. There is no program that no make money easy program. When I see any, like, I call them foolishness, make money easy, click twice a day, and them kind of stupidness. I just write them off, But this program, yes, it's easy, right, to begin to start generating income. You still have to put in the work, but it's easy, and it's not that difficult, So yeah, I decided to join, and I'm promoting it now. I don't know everything about it so far, because the back office is there. I need to get into the back office and understand, and relate to the people and so forth, and get advice and so forth. But right now, I am there is a fast track where you can begin to generate income, like generate two sales, quickly, right? And at least to cover your monthly not ownership, but your monthly subscription, right? Because AI, I think it's AI tools, and something else, is involved, right? And educational programs and so forth. But it's a genuine program. But what I cannot now explain everything that what it's about, because I've now joined. But I have the videos there, and this is what I've been promoting. Um, Anybody who wants to know about it, I just give them the videos, and so that's where I stand. But my situation is a really long story, and I believe that for the time I started with Sarah Star, I could have gotten the breakthrough, but um, I'm kind of reluctant to speak this on the air, because
Yeah,
especially people around me, like friends or family, and like church members and so forth, right?
right.
um some people believe that what I should say, what I want to talk about, they believe that's foolishness, but I don't believe that. I believe life is about helping people, and you don't always have to have a surplus to help others. And I believe in helping, giving from your needs. And as you give from your needs, more will come. God is going to supply, so that if I have if I have $25, somebody has a need, and that is a genuine need, I don't mind giving them 20 out of that 25. I don't mind giving them 15. I wouldn't give them all, right? But I don't mind, and that's how I am, right? So that over the years, for a long time now, I have been supporting a family, and a family way beyond the shores of the Caribbean. And I know that they are genuine because I've been there with them for 17 years, going on 18 years. I have seen the two kids grown. We still communicate, right? Their
So they're like
mother is
extended
a
family for you.
widow. Their mother is a widow. So I have been like a sort of a far away mm, father and supporter to this family. And over the years, I've grown to appreciate them. I've grown to love them, even though we have not yet met in person. But I tell you how close we are. For the past 17 years, um, I have been um, almost weekly. I have been in contact with them for the past 17 years. And I've seen the results of my assistance and support. I've seen the children grown, right? And well, of course, it's Africa, right? It's Kenya, right? So
Okay.
life is even here in Trinidad and Tobago, the job that for instance, the job that the mother was doing when I met her, if she was even in Trinidad and Tobago, that job would have afforded her a nice apartment and, without having to struggle and so forth because what she was doing, she was in an establishment, right? Or what do you call it? Say a hotel establishment, right? There's another word for it, right? And she was the secretary, right? I hope I'm using the right word, right? But she assisted like the various managers and support. She takes the notes and support. Wait, what you call that?
Secretary.
Yeah, right. And I know that that type of job in the West, in America, right, much, Trinidad and Tobago, much more on the US, right? Um, you would have been able to take care of your children, because right? But it's not like that in that country, it's very difficult. And another thing is too that she had a very a medical challenge, so it was very difficult for her, so if I have to do it all over again, I'll do it. I have no regrets, right? But as a result of that, right, and then the salary that I worked for during that time was minimal, you know, so that I had my aspirations to get ahead, to get involved in the internet marketing, but I weren't able to make the investment. Not that I won't be able, I could have made the investment, right? Or what I had to do was to save the money and say, well, look, you all but take a
Yeah.
rest, right? I have this to do, right? Let me do this first, and then I can see about all it. But I don't know. I just felt that was not the proper thing to do, right? That's my opinion, right? So that I, went ahead and so that I'm now beginning to get a little clearance to do what I want to do, you know.
See that?
But as I say, if I have to do that all over again, I will do it again. And the years that I have been communicating with this person, we have become the two children and myself, we have become very close to an extent that I consider them family. Right? I have no kids of my own, right? And I consider them family because we have developed a relationship. So this is my story.
And
But
it's a great story.
yeah,
No, it really is, Gary. It's a great story. There's going to be a lot of people who can relate to that story. Uh,
yeah,
you had my attention the whole way through, sir.
oh, yeah.
But
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 another thing too. Well, yeah. Going away from that, I have a challenge here in Trinidad right now, where the foreign exchange in my country is very low, right? Although we are a oil producing nation, um, um, we have not managed our resources in this country as we should have, right? So that we have a oil industry, and we allow the oil industry to flop. We what do you call it? Refinery. We have a refinery. We inherited that from Texaco, right? Because the multinationals were, here in Trinidad, and we nationalized our oil industry in the days of Dr. Rick Williams, right? That's a couple of years ago, right? And I don't know. You see, in my view, that nationalization, independence, go go hand in hand with accountability and responsibility, right? And if you want to nationalize and I mean, a lot of people wouldn't like to hear me say this, but this is my personal view, right? Nationalization and independence has to go with responsibility and accountability. And if you nationalize your industries and yeah, right, it's in the hands of the people, and the people does not prove themselves to be accountable and responsible. It's best you leave it as it is. And this is what has
that's right.
happened to my country, right? People hearing me will say, "Oh, you bad talking your country," but it's not bad talking your country. It's a reality, right? So that our refinery, the previous administration had to close it down, right? So Texaco, right? Well, it was National Petroleum, right? From
Okay.
Texaco, right? When we nationalized, it became National Petroleum (NP), right? And that refinery now is it's I mean, and it was a really well big refinery for the size of our country, right? We have a population of 1.2 million, right? So it's a small population, right? But the refinery was serving us well, but when it went into when after we nationalized it over the years, it deteriorated. People started abusing it,
Oh yeah.
workers getting, overpaid, and so it just went down, right? So the previous administration had to close it down, right? So we have a foreign exchange problem here where we do foreign exchange is hard to come by. US dollars is hard to come by, right? There's restrictions on how much US you allow when you go to the bank and so forth, right? I don't have a credit card, but I have a debit card. I don't qualify for a credit card. I have a debit card, right? And the one bank I know of that he gave you foreign exchange via your debit card, right? And I joined that bank and I had a 200 US spent on my debit card per month, right? But because the foreign exchange problem, is getting a little worse, and then we have a new administration who sees things differently. I think our central bank directed this one bank that gives 200 US spent on your debit card apparently they directed them that they should cut that, right? So that right now I have 100 US spent for the month, right? And I can hardly do anything with that. I can pay my subscription, right, for this new program, right, which I think is for now is like I think it's $35 a month, right? So I'll have 35 US, right? And then I have get response. I use get response autoresponder for my newsletter, and that's 19 US, right? And what else? Whatever remain, um, I cannot get into. I have to be very careful what I do, right? And so what I realize is that I can use crypto. You see me, I don't give up. There's always a way to get around things, right? So
Yes,
I
sir.
have decided I use crypto, right? As a matter of fact, I don't know if saying this online is proper, but I use crypto. I have found all for the past 17 years. I have adopted all different strategies to get finances to my family. I call them my family in Kenya, right?
Right.
When I started with Western Union. Then I developed well as a foreign exchange situation. Started to get a little out of hand. Western Union, they curb, they started asking a lot of questions. What you doing with this money, where you want it to go, and so forth.
Oh yeah.
And Western Union operating in Trinidad have to abide by the foreign exchange laws in Trinidad, right? So we cross-thread so that I cannot use Western Union again, right? And I started
Oh,
to use the one of the banks. They were given a debit card, and you had I think I had almost a thousand. I think, yeah, almost a thousand. No, what you had to do was they anyway. I had about 1,000 spent US dollars, right? But as the things got worse, right? That bank cut off. They take back the card and no foreign exchange, for you and so forth, right? But anyway, to make a long story short, um, I use crypto, right? Right now I use crypto, right? I have an account
mhm.
at Binance, right? I but the banks cannot you cannot let the banks say you're dealing with crypto, right? Because they cut you off one time, right? But what I do is there is a guy who I in Trinidad here that I give him the money. He comes by me and I give him the money and we sit down together, right? And he however he does it. But he puts my I think he buys USDT, he buys crypto and I think he have them stored in Binance, right? So that when I
Right.
give him my money, he comes and we sit down together, I give him the money, and I want like 1,000, 2,000 TT worth of USDT. He sit down there with my phone and thing, and he organized with Binance, and I can see on my phone that yeah, right. So I have money in Binance. So from Binance now, there is somebody in Kenya, right? A good friend of mine, right, who I can trust, right? I just call her and I say, well, look, I just put $2,000 on your account, right? Is so what I want you to do. Right? Well, the guy put the money. The guy put the USDT that I buy. He on my Binance account, right? Got both of us in Binance, right? So and this person in Kenya, she also has a Binance account. So I just transfer my money from my Binance account to her Binance account. And I ask her here what you know what to do. Change this money into Kenyan shillings and pass it on to so and so. So she does that. We are good friends. I trust her. And that is how I get money too, right? That
Right.
individual in Kenya. So it's kind of, but I like this, it's kind of challenging and it sort of stretches me. So I like that. But my issue now is that the bank that was given the 2,000, well, yeah, they give 100 now, right? but to I need to start saving US dollars, not crypto, right? I, I need to start saving US dollars in Wise. I have a US account with TransferWise. You know TransferWise?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I have
Oh,
not heard of Transfer Wise. I've heard of the
okay.
Five
Well,
Wise.
I would advise you. It's a world-renowned money transfer bank or institution, right? It's well known, and there's a branch in America. They operate in America. They operate in Europe, right? But they are well known, right? When I have a U.S. account with them, so that whatever program I am doing, I can have the or whatever online program I am doing, I can have them send my money to Wise, right? So
Hmm.
that my US money will stay in Wise and they don't have to come to Trinidad for the banks to sanction it and do what they want with it so that they can stay in Wise and I can use it from Wise, right? But because I have not been sending any money to it because I haven't been successful in any online program as yet. Although I made a little money here and there, right? That went to Wise already. But right now, I have the data account has been dormant for about 3 years, and they wrote me the other day and told me that if I do not use the account, they will squash it, you know. So, but anyway, this is what I am trying to do now, right? Take my Trinidad money and somehow or the other, I can buy crypto with it. But I want US dollars, right? I can't get it from the bank, but I can if I can get it from outside and save it in Wise so that I can use my money in Wise to fund my programs outside of Trinidad and Tobago. So that's, so, you know,
Sounds like you got
so
it all
this,
figured out. Just a
pardon
lot of
me?
work to do. So it
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like you
yeah,
got it all. Just a lot of work to do, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. But that's not hard, that's what I'm talking about. That's not hard, it's just that getting the people because I have, as a matter of fact, the program that I'm in, the program that I'm promoting now, right? I'll talk to the guys, right? I have the 35 US per month because that will come out of the 100 US allowance that I get from the bank, but I want to talk to them and discuss if I can pay in crypto because I can always pay in crypto, right? Because crypto is it's
Yeah.
international. I mean, I know governments. I mean, I know the the US is kind of clamping down on it and thing and so forth, but it's not restricted, as it is in Trinidad and Tobago, right? So that you can still do business with crypto worldwide, So I'm not fighting for that, It's just up to get the people to assist me. So as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, all right, now take a breath, Gary, and breathe just a little bit because that was a long story. It was very interesting. You had my attention the whole time, sir. And I do thank you for telling me your story. I'm sure the people who are listening and watching enjoyed that too. So, what I got to say is there's a very special place in heaven for people like you who take care of other people without asking back for themselves.
Oh,
On
thank
that
you.
kudos very, very much. There's a very special place for you in heaven. But the tenacity and how I want to put that the the urgency at which you put into I will not quit, that you will keep on going. That is inspiring, sir. That's very
Mm.
inspiring. I mean, I've only been in the affiliate marketing game for about 3 years. Took about a year break. Had some family problems and a house fire, but my willpower to keep going, my grit to not quit only recently really surfaced into the I'm sticking with this. This is I'm pushing forward no matter what with this. Come hell or high water, this is me. You just seem to just start right off with it, sir. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And thank you again for coming on, telling us your story and sharing with us. I do appreciate that. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, I don't know. I just want to say thank you, for this interview, and I'm trusting God that something good is going to come out of it. Somebody's going to hear my story and understand that well, I'm not trying to you can't convince people that what you are doing is good, but you can give them what did you say, a sneak peek into what you are doing, and the sneak peek that I have to offer is my videos, where people can view, right, without any obligations to join. You can just
Right.
view and decide for yourself if this is a good thing for you or not. So I'm hoping that people will at least uh, uh, decide to take a look. So that's
Yeah,
what I'm
right.
asking everybody. Just take a look at what I have and decide for yourself.
Right. Because
Yeah.
you can't force them to, and
No,
not
you can't
everybody's going
force
to see it as an opportunity. I know I did not in the past at first start seeing it as an opportunity. It more or less came along the lines of I had to find another way to supplement my income when my
it.
wife lost her job. So
Yeah.
I understand that relation to it. Um, what what I was going to say, I was going to say something. So it's been a long day, and I had a couple questions that I wanted to ask you, but I was so okay. I remember now. I was so intrigued by your story, Gary, and I've been wanting to meet you for a while since we've chatted a few
Yeah.
times. And I'm so glad you took me off the line for way I was describing it to some of my other audience members, friends of mine, when I was telling them about you was I was like, where I grew up, he would be revered as a respected old timer. I said I don't want to call him that because I don't want to insult him because I don't know if that's accepted language where he's from,
Oh, that's
but
okay.
where I grew up from, I used to love enjoy sitting down and listening to the older gentlemen and the older ladies tell stories about when they were kids and how they grew up, and it intrigued me so much, especially growing up very poor and in a poor state. I mean, Dirt Rose I love Dirt Rose still to this day. But your story, sir, it was so intriguing and remind me of that I was smiling ear to ear just listening to it. I hope my audience members enjoyed your story as well because your enthusiasm about what you have done and where you have been shine through, sir.
Thank you. What I want to ask you before you go is what drove you to, I mean, this, I don't know if to call it a program, this project that you are doing, I think it's an excellent project, I cannot see the well, there are many good things that can come out of this project that you are doing. I can't pinpoint any. All I can say is that it's good. It's good. It's there are lots of good things that can come out of this for the people that you are interviewing, because I
That's what
can
I'm
tell
hoping.
you some of the people that you are interviewing, you don't know where God is going to take them. Tomorrow they can, I mean, the scriptures say God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think, so that some of the people that you have interviewed and will interview, we don't know how far they will reach. And they will look back at you and say, well, I started on um Mr. Josh program, and he was the one who brought me to light. So thank you very much.
I would be honored if that happened to you, sir. I just wanted people to meet you. I've been wanting to meet you for a while. I'm so grateful that your story was so intriguing and it took me back to a place where I still fondly miss growing up in Arkansas and miss being able to talk to those people. So it's been very enjoyable for me, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I won't let you go because, like I said, it's been a very busy day for me. I still got some things to do. If you
Okay.
would like, I will send you a copy of this.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Not a problem,
Thank
sir.
you. Okay.
Gary,
Thank you.
you have a very nice day, sir, and a blessed weekend. I will get this to you within the hour or so, okay?
Okay, thank you, Josh, and I wish you, all, success, and prosperity, in everything that you do throughout this year and beyond.
Okay. If I ask you to come on again now that you've come on and had a little bit of fun, would you be willing to come on again?
Yes, I will. I
Keep an
will.
eye out for that invitation, Gary.
Okay. Thank you. Have a
Thank
blessed
you,
day.
sir. Hi,
Okay.
Gary.